Sikekele, but you know this.
Hey guys, what's going on? So, basically, today what I want to talk about is what I think is going to go on in the MCU with Phase 4. Um, I'm going to just put it out there right now. Heavy spoilers. So, don't 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 watch past this point if you want spoilers on pretty much anything in the MCU for like Spider-Man Far From Home, Avengers Endgame. Those are kind of like most recent, like Captain Marvel are the big ones that I'll probably be spoiling today. So, anyways, if you guys watched my video I made last week, sorry the audio quality wasn't very good in that, but I was doing my bitching about Spider-Man Far From Home and how we didn't get introduced into like we got like they just kind of slammed Secret Invasion in our face, right? But I realized that was wrong, and I was just bitching because I was upset that Phase 4 is over. Now we're in a whole new thing of Marvel. Endgame left me emotional, and I have to accept the fact that like we're moving on to new heroes, not the motherfuckers I grew up with, like Iron Man. Captain America's kind of over, so whatever, right? We're on to a different phase of the. We're on Phase 4, and we know that's going to be significantly different than uh, Phase 1 through 3, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy, because we're gonna be really going into like Marvel's cosmic universe. I think is what we're gonna get a lot of. I was saying that at the end of in the post-credit scenes, the second post-credit scene in Spider-Man Far From Home, you see Nick Fury essentially chilling back in it's a big screen, and what you see him hanging out basically in what looks like Marvel's shield, which is or sorry, not shield, sword, which is like shield, but it's like for like they're watching other planets for threats of Earth, not just like immediate Earth threats. And that's kind of what it looks like. They're setting up, and he's in control of a bunch of scrolls. He's telling all the scrolls to get back for work, because as you find out that Maria Hill and Nick Fury that were in Far From Home are actually scrolls. I cannot remember what their names are right now, but the Skrull and his wife from Captain Marvel. So with that being said, I was upset. I was like, yo, man, now they're throwing Secret Invasion in our face. But what's wrong with that theory is Nick Fury's in control of, like, he's directing the scrolls. So it's not going to be Secret Invasion, because, like, it's Secret Invasion. The scrolls infiltrated they infiltrated like Shield and like the Marvel superheroes. But if they're working together, then they actually are sending us for something different. Like, maybe there's gonna be bad scrolls, and they could still do it, but I think that would just be a stupid way for Marvel to do that. But a couple things that I think we're gonna get. I think at the end of I don't think we'll see it in the first or second Avengers in Phase 4 or 5, but I think coming up maybe on like 6 or something, we'll start to see X-Men brought in Fantastic Four. I think we're gonna see Fantastic Four before X-Men. I think we're gonna have Doctor Doom as one of the big kind of like maybe more like low key, because there are times where Doctor Doom works with the in the comics. Doctor Doom works with the heroes when there's a bigger threat, like something like Galactus, who I think might be the Thanos of the next phase, right? So that's what I think we're gonna get going on. We're gonna see those characters. It's been teased twice now. In Iron Man 2 or 3, I can't remember. And then in Endgame, we are. Sorry, I'm switching topics a little bit, but I think we're gonna see. Oh my goodness, Namor the Submariner, introduced, and maybe Black Panther. But I think he's actually gonna get his own. I think he's gonna get his own storyline, right? I think that would be awesome. But I think he's gonna get his own, and he's gonna kind of like butt heads, kind of like in Civil War, Captain America and Tony Stark. They kind of fight or whatever. I think that's what's gonna happen with him and Black Panther going on. However, however they want to go about that. Is also hinted in Endgame. Marvel's A-Force, the female is all teaming up to with Captain Marvel, and they went to try and get the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos or whatever, or make a way for Spider-Man or whoever it was. So I think you're gonna see some A-Force, and like Marvel's been very SJW and whatnot, and that's a whole thing I won't get into because it's just stupid and it's ridiculous. But I do think because of that, we are gonna see like a Marvel's A-Force, and we're gonna see. I don't know what they're gonna do with Black Widow. I think that might be a prequel movie to set up something that maybe they happen and they let slip, and that's gonna set up later on in the Marvel universe, like another bad guy, like maybe Doctor Doom or something like that. I think in the next. I think we're gonna see Oscorp Incorporated maybe take over the old Avengers Tower. I don't know. They didn't really hint at that. Sorry, Snapchat's going off. Yeah, they hinted at that, or they didn't hint at that, but I think that's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's gonna go down with that, but yeah, and then also in Endgame, they teased as Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think with that, and they also teased in Thor's Ragnarok, you see his statue, so you do know that he is canon and part of the MCU. I think we're going to see Beta Ray Bill. I don't think Beta Ray Bill is going to end up wielding Stormbreaker unless somehow Thor gets Mjolnir back. But we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing. Sorry, my Snapchat's going crazy. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how they're going to play that out, but I do think we're going to see that. And I think it might be another like kind of like a Thor Loki situation, right? Where they like fight, but they become friends, right? In the comics, they become really good friends. So I think it's gonna be one of those they bang heads and they become friends. You know what? I'm gonna have to Google this really quickly. Sorry, guys. I think that we're gonna get in Iron Man 3. We obviously had the Mandarin. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name. We had the Mandarin and the Ten Rings organization. Yeah, Ten Rings. And I think that but the deleted scene from that movie, which I don't know why they kept in, because it is really big part of it's huge. It's like actually huge, right? Is that you find out that the real Mandarin's still out there. And I think we're going to see that again. Like, obviously Iron Man's dead, so I think it's going to be a threat to, like, our other heroes. Especially now that Iron Man's gone, they're going to be like, okay, well, this was our big threatening the Ten Rings before. He's dead. Let's do some damage kind of situation. I think that we're going to see him for sure. As for what I think is going to happen with, because, like, Disney Plus obviously is taking over. I think Jessica Jones, maybe, I think they might be doing an Iron Fist season 2 or 3 or whatever. But Jessica Jones just came out on Netflix. I was surprised. I thought that they were done with those. But that was good. I'll do a separate review on that probably next week or whenever I feel like it. But yeah, I think that's what's going to go down with... I think that's what's going to go down, though, is we're going to get those kind of new characters and storylines. I think we're going to build up to like a Galactus villain. I think Doctor Doom is big enough, but I think he's going to be a villain in maybe like the second Avengers. I think that, I think the first Avengers film is going to be, or maybe they'll do Captain America where it's like an Avengers film, but it's like Captain America's the main, he wasn't even really the main character in that movie, I don't think. But I think we're going to get something like that with Spider-Man, and we're going to get the Sinister Six, right? Everybody that's saying we're going to get the multiverse, I don't think that Marvel is going to do the Marvel multiverse from the comics. But what is going to happen in replace of that, because they do kind of stray away a little bit from the comics, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to get the everything with the timeline is going to be the equivalent of the Marvel multiverse. I think we're going to have those, because we split up, like, there's different timelines now that were introduced because of Endgame. So I think we're gonna get that, right? That's what's gonna happen. That's gonna be their multiverse, so to speak, right? So yeah, I think those are the biggest things I think is gonna come up in the MCU in the next little bit. So maybe you agree with me. I don't know. I know once again the editing of these videos might be a little bit like choppy or whatever, but whatever, just deal with it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up. Don't be a dickhead. Don't give me a thumbs down. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Check out my new music. Just put a new EP out on Spotify 2 weeks ago, I think. It's pretty fun. It's good in summary. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Sikekele out. Have a good one, guys.